Hi, it's Dave here. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Today I want to talk a little bit about what my week has been like dealing with this whole reversing of my metabolic issues, diabetes and prediabetes. This has been kind of a strange week. So, a quick recap. I'm pretty sure that I'm insulin sensitive again. Maybe not as sensitive as I possibly could be, but definitely sensitive. So my diabetes, prediabetes is reversing. My metabolic issues hopefully are reversing. I'm I'm not losing weight anymore. At one point I was losing 3 pounds a week or even more, to the point where I was so thin I couldn't really lose any more weight without like cutting off a leg or cutting off an arm. I was as skinny as I possibly could be. Now I'm starting to get some weight back on my body, which is good. I'm happy about that. And I feel like what I'm feeling is the nerves regrowing in my body. And I watched a show, I watched a movie, a YouTube video that said that when you start getting your nerves back, or when a person starts getting their nerves back, it's as uncomfortable as anything in all of the previous cycles. And I got to be honest, I feel like I'm there. It's not painful, but it's extremely uncomfortable. I can feel like that tension that I talked about in my last post, the tension in between my shoulder, my elbow and my hands. Like it's very uncomfortable. Again, it's not painful, but it is very uncomfortable. Now, in the last week and a half or so, I started feeling the same tension in my spine, which that's pretty disturbing. Like I can literally sit on the end of my bed in the morning and I'll stretch my arms out, trying to stretch a little bit, and I'll arch my back, and I can feel my spine like snapping all, down my spine, which is really strange. I've never felt that or had that happen before. But I think it's the nerves going back and starting to resupply the different parts of my body with the blood or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but it feels like things are starting to get better. It's just very uncomfortable and really weird. This may or may not be interesting, but I think anybody that's going through what I'm going through would be able to relate, and it might be comforting for them to know that there are other people that are going through all this. So, I am definitely still having problems with inflammation, and I can't completely understand it because I'm just eating what I eat. I'm eating meat and vegetables. Occasionally, I'll eat some fruit. I eat very little sugar or carbs at all, almost none. But for some reason, I'm still getting some levels of inflammation. And inflammation for me, it I can tell I'm getting inflammation because like all of a sudden I'll have to go to the bathroom a lot. And then I have to drink a lot of water to replace the liquids that I pee out. If I don't replace those liquids, my body will pull the moisture from all over my body. So my scalp gets very scaly and dry. My legs get very dry and itchy. Like mostly my calves and shins. That's where I start losing the moisture in my body. But that's all from inflammation. And sometimes, like I said, like if I eat a little sugar treat, I'm going to have inflammation. I know I'm going to. And sometimes I'll even eat a little sugar treat and then I'll do a bunch of push ups to try to work it off so that it doesn't negatively affect me so bad. But now it's like, even if I eat what I would normally eat, like a healthy food, I still get some level of inflammation. Now, what's good news is I am starting to get strength back. Like for me to stand up and walk away from this chair I'm sitting in, it's not as questionable as it was in the last 12 months. Like I don't have to go directly from this chair to the next thing that I'm holding on to. I can actually walk across the room go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, wherever I need to go. I can actually do that without worrying about falling over or tripping and just falling right over. I'm happy about that. The weird thing is that the coordination, I still don't have the coordination back yet. Like, I have to be careful. I'll be walking in one direction, and if I'm not like holding on, I can slowly tilt back because my coordination, my muscles don't work exactly right. And if I start tilting back, I'll fall over. So I have to grab onto, a bedpost or onto a dresser or whatever and hold myself up and make sure I don't fall over, which that is very strange. This whole thing with my back is the most uncomfortable thing because it feels like my back is just so tense. And if I like kind of stretch out, I can feel my spine snapping. And I can sometimes hear it a little bit, I think, but I don't know if it's loud. I think I feel it more than I hear it. It's very strange. So this whole inflammation thing is very hard to explain. But it's like once I start feeling like I'm getting that inflammation cycle, I know that I'm going to have to go to the bathroom a lot of times. So I'll drink. I'm trying to drink a lot more water, which is not easy because, I mean, how many glasses of water do you drink? 8, 5, 10, 20? I feel like with this whole situation that I'm in, I feel like I could drink a lot more water than I probably need or that I think I need. So I'm trying to force myself to eat more or drink more. Now, I don't go for a walk. I walk from this end of my house to the other end of my house. And for a very long time, it was having to go from one handhold to the next handhold to make sure that I didn't fall over or drop whatever it was that I was carrying or I didn't fall over and hurt myself. The other day, I actually walked to the other end of my house and then I did circles inside my house for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes. And the next day, it was really strange because I actually felt like I worked out. And I do work out. I do push ups or try to do push ups. I try to do squats. But actually walking, that coordination of the muscle in my legs, like clearly hadn't been worked out in a long time. And the next day after I did that walking around for, I don't know, it was probably 20 minutes I walked around. I could feel the tension in my legs. It was uncomfortable, but it felt good because it felt like I was actually making some progress. So I think I am making progress, and I'm happy about that. I'm going to be so excited when I get to log on here and tell all you guys, hey, guess what? I'm reversed. I feel better. All's good. Because once I can figure it out for myself, then I'll be able to help other people for real figure this out. Because this is a mystery. I don't know who actually gets good information about this whole process. It's extremely uncomfortable. It's very strange. There's no, I mean, I know there's science to it, but there's no there's no story to tell. Everybody's different. Everything is different. And I feel like my situation is probably different than other people's situation, but I mean, it's not that different. I ate horrible for a very long time. I escalated it in a very short period of time, which ramped up my issues. And now I realized it and I'm reversing it, trying to reverse it. But this whole thing with the nerves, like the muscle comes back pretty quickly. I feel like once your A1C goes down, once my A1C went down and I was reversing the whole diabetes thing, then I could actually feel the muscle kind of coming back. The problem is that I had done damage to those nerves for all that time that I had no idea what I was doing to myself. And now trying to regrow those nerves that's the difficulty I'm having now. So I'll be happy in the next, I don't know, month, 2 months to log on here and just say, hey, guess what, guys? I've got my strength back and my nerve function is back. That'll be so good. That whole reversal, it'll feel good. I'll feel like I really accomplished something that I think a lot of people would give up. Because again, this is not impossible, but it is extremely difficult. I guess I'm lucky that I just caught all this before it became painful. Because I do see stories on YouTube about people that have very bad, painful problems with neuropathy and just metabolic issues. So I'm glad that I'm not having to deal with that. It's uncomfortable, but it's not painful. One weird thing is I'm starting to get like some function back in my hands. Like I'm starting to get some strength back, but I've got a lot more strength in my right hand and than in my left hand, which is very strange. Like clinching, I can feel it more in one hand than the other, and coordination for sure in one hand versus the other. It's almost like I think my grandfather had a stroke a long time ago, and he was obviously very weighted to one side of his body. He could use one side a little bit, and the other side was just not usable. And I'm definitely not at that level, but it feels like it. Like one side, my eyes work better. My right hand is stronger and it's just more functional. But I am starting to feel some function back in my left hand, which is good. It's just very strange. I can't explain it. So I'm drinking a lot more green tea, like my post that I did the other day. And I'm hoping that that helps. I don't know if it will, but I hope that it does. Hopefully I'll have some good news to share with everybody and talk about how that's like a miracle that nobody knows about. Anyways, I hope this has been an interesting post. I hope everybody's having a good weekend if you're having your weekend. Hope everybody's having a good holiday weekend because it is a longer weekend. That's kind of nice. Hope you're having a great day. If this has been interesting at all, do me a favor and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you are subscribed, thanks for giving me purpose to continue to push these things out. Again, I'm hoping to tell all you guys, hey, guess what? Great news. I got it figured out, and I'll be ready to help some other people. Anyways, hope you have a great rest of the day, great rest of the weekend. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.